let's see. Let's go to... Whoa, that's weird.
What was that?
That was the thing not getting the whole signal. Hold on.
Is there like a meltdown happening here or something? Okay, that's a lot better.
That's what it was supposed to sound like. That's where the bzzz is. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to take the risk of having it show up.
It's not like we have an audience that has like quality control, you know? I don't care.
The idea is to get more people. Every episode that we record, it could be someone's first episode of hearing us. It's somebody's like first impression. Or...
I doubt that our first impression is going to come off to anybody as good. Really. First impression, least, everyone's going to hate us.
At least listenable. I mean.
Well, that's, yeah. I like to think we're always listenable, but that's, I don't know. Probably not.
I've been listening to a bunch of other podcasts like fucking crazy over the work week because I can just be in my car and listen to that shit. Everybody has podcasts now. I sat and listened to Opie and Anthony bitch about how everybody who does podcasts has so much control over their own destiny and they're passing them by and they can just do whatever they want and like they don't have to ask for stuff because they can just do it themselves and it's done and they're doing way cooler things. And like, I think podcasting is fucking killing radio.
Yeah. Because who the fuck cares about what some other people say if you can say shit, you know?
Yeah, you could say anything you want. I mean, I don't think you could directly threaten the president or whatever, but like
yeah.
it used to be XM and Sirius, their big charm was like, oh my God, they can curse on the radio. And it's totally unfiltered.
We have no filters whatsoever. Like we could say, hey, I'm going to rape your mother tonight. We're not going to do it, but we could still say it. You know, we have nothing.
We could even say that we condone the rape of all mothers. You know, hey,
which we don't. But
if you have a mother, she should get raped. I think that's common knowledge.
Do I even have to clarify that we don't believe this, or should we just let people?
No. We believe this. We want you to believe it too.
Oh yeah. We're going to start making informative videos to your 13-year-olds giving them advice.
Your mama needs a raping. Now.
Did you know that if you don't let a man rape your mother, then you are just as bad as that rapist? Did you know that? We have great conversations.
She should get raped while wearing a frilly apron and yellow rubber gloves.
What is this, the 50s? While they're fucking cleaning out a crime scene? What are you envisioning here?
Mothers didn't clean out crime scenes in the 50s, and that makes this whole scenario fucking fall apart.
my addition makes...
You've made things absurd, sir.
Okay.
It was perfectly reasonable by the point which I was just telling people that their mothers should get raped. Oh. Then you bring in this, crime scene. What? Non sequitur. Oh. Anyway, I don't have the fucking theme song to the show right now. So maybe we should just... start off the show in a different kind of way. Know what I'm saying? Take it back to the day when we weren't fucking born yet.
Okay.
Because that's when times are good. I wasn't on this planet yet. All right.
I wasn't even thought of yet.
Yeah, I don't think I was thought of to begin with, but this is the funk known as, oh shit.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I was
in
either.
the 70s, the 8-track didn't work right, and it made a buzzing sound. Anyway, this is fucking Mr. Podcast Job Turkey. Aaron and Keith and shit. Anyway, we got a show for y'all. We don't know what the fuck the show is, because we kind of haphazardly threw the shit together. I'm gonna fucking stop doing this stupid voice now. But yeah. You damn well know what this is if you... Oh! I'm going to... You know what? That's the end of the theme song because it's just going to buzz. I'm just going to plug this thing in when I need it.
That was the greatest... Oh!
Oh! See, podcasts, we're passing you radio guys by with all our high-tech... When we want something, we just do it. And it makes a fucking buzzing noise. Oh, well.
We don't need high-tech, fancy equipment to have fun. You get fucking buzzing together and we'll laugh our asses off at it.
We don't need things like callers and... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm unplugging the other end of this guy.
I still think that caller idea would be a good... yeah. Redundancy.
No, we don't need callers. We don't need to, we don't need to set up a table at sporting events and talk about what a good thing it is for the community. I don't know.
No, but we could set up a table and let people buy us beer and then get drunk and talk about it.
I think that would be funny if we just went to a bar. It's like, we want to have a live episode of our podcast from your bar, and we'll act like we're a big deal. We'll get one of them big fucking logo things to put behind us.
Buy us drinks and just get us drunk.
Sit there with headphones on. Demand that people applaud. Hey, make some noise. It's Mr. Podcast.
You're here with the Keith and Aaron Power Hour.
Oh, yay. What the fuck was that? That's me stammering, trying to think of that. Did you, I know neither of us watched the fucking Super Bowl because we're oddballs and neither of us give a shit. We're like part of the 2% of the world that's like, just hurry up and play your fucking game already. Did you happen to catch any of it?
I didn't even turn my TV on that day. That's how dedicated to not watching the Super Bowl I was. I didn't even fucking turn it on.
Well, there was a TV on at work, so I had to catch some of it at least. It's mostly the halftime show with Beyonce.
I heard that the power went out. That's all I know.
Half of the lights just went out for no fucking reason in the middle. And everybody's like, oh, it was Beyonce's lasers that did it. She sucked all the power out of the building, and nobody really knows. And there was people from Katrina, like, there was people that lived through the fucking New Orleans thing when they crammed them all into a stadium and then all the lights went out, and it was horrifying and just ordeal for all the people and their children. So those people are in the stadium and half the lights fucking go out. That's awesome for them.
Oh my god.
Sure, really.
I would never have thought of that scenario.
Post-traumatic stress is festive for the festivities of the football.
We're lucky that nobody got stabbed when they were reliving when they had to go and bust in shops and fucking fight off looters and shit.
All those stormtroopers with the fucking skulls are going to come in with their rifles and just start shooting blacks indiscriminately. He was trying to get Pampers for his children.
There was some fucking country, it was some Spanish country, which you're all the same to me. I don't know your names, but yeah, anyway.
Nicaragua.
There's a bunch of kids, and if you get thrown out of your house in whatever country I'm thinking of, like, you get killed because they have death squads at night. So there's this entire section of the population that lives in storm drains and, like, fucking shit pipes, and they live in there their entire life so that they don't get killed when they're walking around up on top of the streets just because they happen to be homeless.
That sounds about right.
How would you like to live in a storm drain, Keith? Let's go and make that our vacation destination.
I'm sure shit like that is going on right over there in D.C. They don't have to look as far as Middle America to find some fucked up shit.
Yeah. There's probably a drug lord in the middle of, we talked about that, Detroit, where it's fucking...
Oh, yeah. You just can't go in Detroit anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you want... What the fuck is that?
Did you unplug that thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, boy. I'm sure everyone loves that. It's the unexplainable buzzing.
Maybe you should just cover up the buzzing with some stupid sound effect afterwards.
It's this fucking radiator. It's the electric fields. Let's push that thing like 5 feet away and see if that has any bearing on the situation, which I doubt it will.
No, man, it's the aliens. They're sending you waves through your...
Ah!
You hear that? That's the Moonanites. They're coming, man.
Fuck is causing that?
I just told you.
Oh, you gotta love it. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not restarting the podcast. You know, people can deal with a little buzzing.
They don't care. They're fine. They're big boys and girls that listen to our podcast.
It's a fucking human experience, like getting stuck in a stadium with the lights out. Maybe it's because this wire's all coiled up. I don't fucking know. Seems to have stopped.
Well, for right now, yeah, but not, yeah, it's going to happen again.
Anyway, you didn't see the Beyonce thing that they said, shut all the lights out?
No, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's like, she did so good because she was under fire from that Oh, she lip synced when she sang for the president. She had to go on that press conference.
She did? I never heard about that.
I can
either.
actually. She sang along with a pre-recorded thing. It was her voice and a pre-recorded voice.
What the fuck was the point in her even being there then? Why not just play the recording?
A lot of them do it that way. The singers and the rappers do it that way.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going in front of the president to sing to them, why and you have a recording there, why even go there to begin with? That's more trouble than it's worth. Just play the recording and you'll get the same effect.
Yeah, just have Dead Mouse and Skrillex go over there and hit a space bar. Click. Lovely singing for you, Prez. But no, she was under the magnifying glass for that shit. And she wanted to make sure she did extra good on this Super Bowl appearance, I guess. But you could tell she was really like, I don't know if they call that working it or whatever, but she looked like she was just insane. Something was wrong with her. The look on her face. I recommend that you go watch the video if you haven't seen the performance. Just find this fucking still frame from when she's in the middle of dancing. She looks like she's getting ready to key your fucking car. Like, oh yeah, you want to play it like that? Huh?
Man.
I'm fucking dancing. I'm happy to be here. Like it's like jubilant
just putting
rage.
Effort into it.
It was quite a sight to behold. But like all these lasers,
like recorded messages. Fuck you! I'm gonna sing my ass off. Fuck you guys.
All the lasers and all the synchronized dancing. I was just like zoomed in on this bitch's face because it was just so fascinating to see. Like, oh my god, did they give her something before the show? Jesus Christ, she's got that alter ego.
You're not allowed to take drugs if you're an athlete. They never said that the singers can't take drugs. You see, that's a way around it.
It's Sasha Fierce. You know that alter ego thing that some performers have?
Yeah.
Slim Shady and Eminem. Oh, I'm a different person when I'm on stage. That's Sasha Fierce is getting a little too fierce. I don't think it's permissible to use that as a defense in court for killing someone. I wasn't me. It was Sasha Fierce.
It was my twin alter ego.
She worked that butcher knife. Okay. There is a Did you know there was Catholic hospitals? I knew there was Jewish hospitals like Beth Israel and.
They have a lot of those in like Africa and shit, and they refuse service to people.
Well, there's this woman. I don't have the link, so you're gonna have to hear the dumb guy version of it. There's a woman who she was just chilling with her husband at night, and all of a sudden she was vomiting and she had shortness of breath. And her husband rushes her to a Catholic hospital, and she dies there. She's pregnant with, was it twins? I believe it was twins, yeah. And she died there, and they had this like moment where they had to make this split-second decision or whatever. I don't know. I imagine there's a time window that you decide you want to save the babies or whatever. You can't just go to the fridge and like, hey, cut the babies out. Maybe we can get them to live. I'm sure it's like maybe like 5 minutes or something, however long it takes your brain to die. I don't know how shit works, but it was still possible for them to get the kids out and still at least have the kids. And a doctor that was supposed to be there to be available for such a service just decided not to show up. And he's like, never mind. And what, do you want to save the kids? And the dude's like, I'm not a doctor. What do you think we should do? That's why you're supposed to be here. Anyway, it ended up with the mother and the two twins dying, and now the dude's all pissed off. So he tries to sue the hospital. And the hospital, this is Catholic hospital. Remember how we opened this story up. The Catholic hospital's defense is that the twins weren't born yet. God damn it, that's God trying to fuck up our podcast right now. Yeah, fuck you. I'm going to speak through the buzz.
That's the
Catholic
aliens.
whores.
Aliens are coming.
All nuns should be raped. That's what I meant by mother. I meant mother superior, mother, fuck them all. Anyway, the Catholic hospital's defense was that they weren't people yet because they were still in the womb and they weren't born and all that shit. No, fetuses aren't people all of a sudden to the Catholics.
Why doesn't the rest of the Catholics abide by that ruling? Where's this rule when everyone else is like, oh yeah, they're people. Like, what? You didn't hear? They're not people. This one hospital said over here that they're not. What are you talking about?
Well, in law, they have that. That's called a precedent. Once they decide something, they base a decision off of something like that legally, then it applies to all other future situations that have the same circumstances. So they set a precedent formally on paper that a fucking fetus
That the Catholics believe that fetuses aren't people yet.
Well, you see, this man should not be able to sue us for the death of his 2 children because our prior claims are bullshit. That's their defense in court.
See, I don't think fetuses are people yet, but I'm not Catholic, and I've never said that I do think that they are, you know?
Well, there's a certain point where, like,
there's a certain point, but I'm saying, like, they think as soon as the fucking egg is fertilized, that's a person. That's not a person. That's just an egg.
It's a fucking zygote.
But, yeah, I'm not a Catholic, and I've never said, oh, well, I believe that's a person. No, I've never believed that that's a person. Like, what we're talking about. Maybe, like, a kid that's almost fucking born, yeah, that's a person because they're fully formed. But before that point, whatever point that may be, they're not really a person yet. They're kind of just cells together, you know?
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know. There's so many specifics to that. Yeah, it's too many variables. Too many
it's better to simplify it.
But the bottom line is we can all agree that is a completely bullshit stance for a Catholic fucking hospital to take.
Catholic, yeah.
You have all those crazy, like, Christian groups that, like, firebomb abortion clinics and stuff like that. Why don't they hold their own people accountable?
I don't know.
I mean,
like, I never understood why is it that a kid, like someone that's not born is sacred, but then once you are born will kill you. Like, oh, well, we can't kill the kid, but we can kill the doctor. What the fuck?
Well, Catholics are like standardized. They're like a franchise. They're like the fucking McDonald's of organized religion. You know what I mean? Like they have a central office and there's things. If you don't do this at all of the locations, then it's technically not really Catholic. You know what I mean? Is the Catholic Church going to disown these people, or is the Catholic Church going to get behind these people?
Well, didn't the Pope recently say that condoms are a good thing, even though he said before that they aren't, and that birth control is okay?
This new Pope is saying all kinds of crazy shit, like, oh yeah, there's aliens, and oh yeah, you can just jerk off and stuff. It's like,
I'm okay with that Catholic leader. I'm all for that guy. He's better than the one they had before him. He's crazy, but at least he's crazy in a good way. You know?
I really don't know a whole lot about the Catholic religion, but it seems that there are a lot of complaints about this new Pope. I don't know.
I don't care as long as he's not like, oh yeah, gay people fucking die. Like, if he's going, oh yeah, well, aliens and condoms are okay. Okay, well, that insanity I can handle. That's okay.
I don't know. The way I'd explain it is, hey, Catholics, you know how you look at Scientologists? You know how you like look at them and you're like, oh my God, that's how I look at you. So, like, you could say whatever you want, basically, and it doesn't really matter to me. You can decide that Jesus was a lizard person to coincide with the Illuminati theories or whatever. Just fucking don't, once you say something, don't be like, never mind, because it could cost us money, and now we think something different because of that. Because that's bullshit. Like, nobody should fucking do that. I don't know. There was no proof that the babies could have been saved, but the doctor could have at least been there. I mean, it's like...
Yeah. Why the fuck that's his job? Why is he not there? He should get fucking punished for that. You didn't show up. You're fucking fired. There you go.
He was the obstetrician on call, and there goes Jesus again, fucking up my broadcast.
Maybe we should just make that buzzing keep happening, and that'll be our special friend Jesus. We'll just say he's here in effigy.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Not trying to have it on every goddamn episode.
Hey, it's our special guest Jesus again. What do you got to say today, buddy? Yeah, that's what you normally got.
Don't masturbate.
Oh shit, Jesus is getting raunchy over here.
He's going against the Catholic Church.
Does the Catholic Church say that masturbation's good? I thought you could go to hell for that too.
Oh, I know part of the point of Lutherans is Lutherans were like, that guy Luther nailed a fucking thing to the church door. It's like, I don't like certain things of your thing. And they branched off into their own. One of the things was masturbating, I believe. So Lutherans are basically like Catholics who can masturbate, so that would imply that Catholics really aren't supposed to masturbate. A lot of Catholics believe that they're not supposed to take shits and stuff. Like, oh my God, this is sinful shit coming out of my asshole. How dirty.
I think I just, like, if I ever have to pick between, like, a Catholic friend and a Lutheran friend, I'm going to go with the Lutheran guy, because he's not going to be fucking sexually frustrated all the time and trying to kill somebody.
You know, for some people keep baby wipes next to the toilet. You know, for these people, you're not really clean after you have diarrhea until you're baptized.
You said baby wipes. Jesus is coming into the picture.
Yeah, fuck him and fuck the buzzing. Hey, get used to it, motherfuckers. I'm not going to... Look, we're not going to mention the buzzing one more fucking time. That's it. Because it's ruining my whole Jesus diarrhea diatribe. I don't fucking need that. It's ruined like 3 fucking things. Ladies and gentlemen, you may hear a fucking buzz indiscriminately throughout our sentences, randomly, very intrusively. For that, we will apologize for all future instances of at this time. I'm not
apologizing. Fuck you guys.
To save ourselves the effort. It is kind of embarrassing. It's just something, you plug all the things into the right holes, plug everything in the way it's supposed to be. And it's just some unexplainable fucking artifact that you don't intend to be part of the product. This is a running theme in making any kind of audio.
This hasn't happened before. We don't know why it's buzzing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. No idea what it is. It's something electrical, obviously, and we're sitting here talking about it for like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, and moving on. What other stories do we have?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm scrolling.
Fuck subtle segues.
The fucking thing, and... Oh, yeah, there's Onision's video about breast size. We're going to save that. We were going to do an Onision video.
That's
I didn't get it onto
reaction.
the Buzz Pod in time. Well, I had a video, the subject of which I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah. Rob Dyrdek wants to punch Daniel Tosh's face in.
Why is that?
Because Rob Dyrdek doesn't know shit about comedy and what's funny and humor and jokes. He obviously doesn't really know what jokes are, which is funny because he had a whole episode where he's trying to prove to his mom he's funny, and he goes up on stage at the Laugh Factory or whatever the fuck it is in his
I've heard.
town.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look, I can be funny. I mean, I don't know. You obviously don't know what a joke is. The thing is, Daniel Tosh fucking did a little spoof of his Fantasy Factory, except in his, there were 12-year-old shirtless boys and on razor scooters and stuff like that. There's a lot of implications.
Kind of like a modernized Michael Jackson, I guess you could say.
But my thing is, it's such a perfect setup for a joke. How can you have a big warehouse full of fucking toys and not expect people to make that summation, and at least as a joke, you know what I mean?
He has a fucking episode where he's hanging out with Justin Bieber and like playing in go-karts and crashing in. Like what the fuck? You know?
He does shit like that all day, and don't get me wrong, like if I had the ability to be able to behave like that, I would be on it, man. I would have my warehouse with foam pits and fucking ramps all day. Fucking, that's all I'd fucking do.
I know. I'm not
but
saying
I wouldn't expect people to not joke about it. You know what I mean? Because it's funny. You're a grown man with toys everywhere. Just playing. You just play, and most people have to work. And I'm sure some of the jokes are going to like come from a place of resentment for some people because they're jealous of you because they wish they could play all day. But some people, it's their job to make jokes, and they recognize what a perfect fucking joke is.
But then you get so butthurt, and it's just like, oh, well, I can make jokes about you being gay or a fag or pedophile or whatever, but don't you say that about me. Like, how the fuck you have a show where you make fun of people all day, but then if they make fun of you, suddenly then, I don't want to play anymore. Give me my ball. I'm going home, guys. Fuck you.
I think he really doesn't understand comedy. He has this like bro-y kind of fucking thing where he makes fun of all the people around him and belittles them and stuff. Like, that's what he thinks the entire scope of comedy is. That he doesn't understand.
And then his reaction is, oh man, I'll fight you. I'll kick your ass, man.
I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, like that's every person that doesn't have the wit and intelligence to reply. they always go to, I'll kick your ass, man. Here's my address. Come fight me, man. Like, oh, you don't got any more to say, so now you want to fight me. Fuck you, dude. Go to hell. Suck my dick, and good night.
He just doesn't get when a joke is perfect, despite the fact that it's horrible. You know what I mean?
That's what makes it funny. Horrible shit is hilarious.
It just the stars lined up, man, and something funny is there. It's beyond everyone's control. It's just who picks it out. You know what I mean? But it's funny regardless. It's like a couple days ago, fucking Christian's brother. Is that his brother? They have different dads or some shit like that.
I don't know or care.
Nuts, son. I'm going to call him Nuts for short. But like...
Mr. Nuts.
This guy came at me, you know, every once in a while you're on the internet and somebody says some dumb shit like, oh, you suck a dick. And then you think of a joke to say back and you go about your day. It's just part of being on the internet. So he says, you know, he tells me and you, I don't care what anybody tries to re-explain it as. He was telling me and you to suck each other's dicks. You know what I mean? And it's like, whatever. Like that doesn't piss me off. I'm just like, oh. So I type something. I'm sitting here looking at the guy's picture, and I'm like, he looks like the Hamburglar. He really, really looks like the fucking cartoon drawing of the Hamburglar, except Tanner. So I told him he looked like the Hamburglar dipped in self-tanner, and he went on a fucking 3-day rage about it. He's still personally messaging you.
I don't even know why. Why would he message me? What did I said, yeah. What the fuck? I gotta message this guy. Like, what the fuck? I don't care what you're talking about.
You said, yeah, and you said, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know if he thinks we're sitting here angry, but this whole thing is just so fucking silly. And Christian deleted me off of Facebook over it. And he's now the person who he deleted me in the name of is sitting there trying to act like he's like, oh, I'm in on the joke. No, you weren't. You private messaged me your address and fucking told me to come to your house and fight you.
I'm gonna fight you, man. Come to me right now. I'm gonna fight your ass.
You Rob Deerdick motherfucker. You know what a joke is? Jesus Christ. Laugh.
I wonder if Christian still listens to our podcast.
I don't give a shit. Melodramatic little squirrely fuck. Say some shit about our podcast too. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Like some people, it bothers them. And I don't understand that. I feel like I have to help them. You know, like you're not supposed to be bothered by this. Like, you know, like if you like, say there's like a wimpy guy in your group and you give him a little tap on the arm, whatever, as a joke. And he's like, ew, ew. It makes you want to punch him more. You're like, look, that doesn't hurt. Like, look, you can take this, like this fucking, it's part of like the tribal behavior of human beings to like kind of like thicken each other's skin or whatever. You know what I mean?
Just like if I'm like, hey Keith, you're a faggot. I hate you. You're just gonna be like, haha, that's fun. Like it's not like, oh well, I'm so sad and disappointed.
Why are you putting my family through this? All the public bashing and bad-mouthing of my family causes me trauma in real life. Dude, I just said he looked like the fucking Hamburglar.
If you can't tell your friend that he's a faggot and he should go, like, suck a dick, then I don't want to be his friend. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a friendship you want to have. Because then you're just going to be like, oh, well, I can't say what I normally do to this person, so what the fuck am I supposed to say to them?
People get aggravated by each other sometimes. Every once in a while, it doesn't matter who it is. You just want to be like, dude, just shut up. Or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not... Jesus Christ, people try to make this big, dramatic fucking, oh my God, this is a huge clashing of characters resulting in all this drama and it's causing all this strife in people's lives and shit like that. It's all trumped up shit in your brain. It's just maybe you're seeing it that way because you are that way. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not the same head trip for everybody that it is for you.
None of this shit really matters in the long run, to be like, what the fuck?
To this day, you know, if Christian was like, oh, I was being dumb, I want to be your friend again, I'd be like, fine, just add me again, whatever. Now, I don't care. I honestly hold no fucking grudge whatsoever about any of this shit. It's just funny. It's hilarious shit, and fuck you if you're going to tell me not to laugh at it, because I'm going to fucking keep laughing at it, because it's funny. You can't take funny away from people.
Oh, Keith,
Rob
you're
Dyrdek
immature.
And Nuts, son.
Keith, you're immature, and you're not witty or poignant, and you're an asshole, and fuck you, nigger, troll, faggot.
I have no brain whatsoever. Nobody's at the driver's seat.
You're a troll. How a troll? What does troll even mean anymore? Is that just some term that we put on everybody that we don't like or something?
It's just something people say when they're losing. And then they'll do the classic move like, oh, I was just trolling you. Ha! I baited you along on this whole thing. I've had that happen to me numerous times.
Yeah, it's just, no, you didn't. You're a lying faggot that's trying to backtrack his way out. Like, fuck you. I'm going to bury your ass.
You were seriously mad 2 posts ago. Don't even try to pull that shit. I know you were mad. You don't like private message somebody your home address. If I was the troll that he fucking really thinks I am, I would Google Earth his house and fucking post it all over the place. Like, hey, look at Nutson's house. Fucking
yeah, and I have it too. So I would. Oh, you guys are trolls. Like, why the fuck did you give us your address then, you stupid bastard? What is wrong with you? Is that your solution to problems? I don't know. I would never send someone my fucking address over the internet. You're crazy. Fuck you. I don't care who you are.
You know, if obviously I'm not going to do it because I'm, mentioning it in a public forum and I could get slammed for fucking harassment or whatever. But I could take his address and put it on Craigslist and be like, there's gays that are like, hey, just show up at my house and shit. I'll just be like, hey, just show up at my house with your balls out. Here's my address. Here's a picture of my fucking house. Because somebody's dumb enough to fucking mail their address to random people they don't know. Like, they got sort of lucky with me. But you don't know what you're going to get when you're fucking giving your address to just random fuckheads on the other side of the fucking country. I feel like I should be instrumental in him learning that lesson, but I just don't have the fucking... I don't have the energy to be involved in it. I don't see it as necessary or worthwhile to aim any of my resources at that. I don't care.
Skype is now disemboweling itself with a rusty butter knife, so I can't really hear much of what you're saying.
Oh, it'll still show up in the recording at least. Did you hear the gist of it?
Kind of. It sounds all fucking digitized now.
All of our technology is just merging together to just destroy this podcast. Yep, right when I mentioned it. Well, it sounded clear on Destiny.
That was great. Yeah, it's gonna sound. Oh my god! If you heard that was awesome.
Let's take a request from Destiny. Destiny, what should we talk about next? Do 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 do. No pressure. The tattoo on a girl's face. Which tattoo on a girl's face?
And which girl?
That sounds familiar. There's so many girls with tattooed faces now. She's going to send us a picture. There's so many girls now with tattooed faces that I actually have to think about that. Something like that, you should be like, oh my God, I know that idiot. But no, there's a peanut gallery that I have to choose from. So I need a picture to figure out which fucking moron it is.
Come on down to Baltimore, man. They all have fucking gauged ears that are the size of plates, and they've got their fucking, like those stupid curl type things. Not curls, but like they have their hair all tied up and shit. And they look like fucking, oh my God. They've got 30 piercings in their face.
Are they carrying spears and squatting by streams? Are they carrying jugs of water on their heads? Oh, here's the picture. Hold on.
I've seen some shit, man. I can't deny that.
What in the fuck? Giant Gothic letters across your... Oh, she's pretty, too.
That had to hurt.
Giant Gothic letters across your pretty face.
What is that? It says Russ.
What's the picture? There's a picture of her smiling on the left. And what's the picture on the right? Did she get her ass kicked, or is that when the tattoo is fresh or something?
Yeah, when they just did it.
That's when... Oh, that's...
That had to fucking hurt.
Man, why would you... I know she's asking for it, but like...
We're going to have to link this to the people.
I could do that to somebody ugly. Like, fuck it, what do you... She's a cute girl. Like, I'm not going to do that to your face.
If they pay me to do that, I will fucking do. If you pay me to cut off your left leg, I will cut off your left leg.
You have no issues with that.
I have none. Like, if you're stupid enough to do that, I'm not going to be your parent and be like, oh, well, you should... No, okay, whatever. Give me the money. I'll do it.
Would you be that doctor in Beverly Hills when a girl comes in with a triple F size titties and she's like, I think we could go a couple size bigger? You'd be like, hop up on the table, bitch.
I would definitely do that.
Get that checkbook out.
If someone is that dumb, what am I gonna say to make them change their mind? Realistically.
It's because of people like you that we have fucking bitches walking around with fish lips. And tattooed faces.
Why is it that Americans, like, in America, we blame the doctors for doing that instead of the stupid people going and getting that done? Like, if someone's dumb enough to do that, they just mark themselves for you.
That is true, yeah.
Contact with.
That is a good point. The responsibility should lie with the consumer. It's kind of along the same lines as when they're trying to ban bigger soft drinks.
Yeah, why the fuck? Like, if you want to get fat drinking Coca-Cola all day, you can do that. I don't care at all.
This girl looks young, too. She looks like she just got old enough to fucking get the tattoo. She didn't take like 10 years to think about it.
Yeah, that was her first tattoo, and she said, I want lettering on my face that says asshole or something. I don't even know what that says.
I think it says Russia. That's the only thing I can think of, because RUS is on one side of her face. To her mouth. It goes up to her cheekbones. Right up to her pretty blue eyes. Ugh. My fucking God.
Oh, I know why Skype's being an asshole, because of Firefox.
Oh, just toast that bitch.
I have to look at the picture. Okay,
that's true.
Firefox is off.
Or at least don't have too many tabs open, because we're not running 21st century shit yet. I got tons of shit from the last century in here still. That's weird when you think about it. All this shit that I have pretty much came out in the last century. I know this mixer did. I don't know about the M audio thing, but whatever. Anyway.
Dude, it sounds like someone took a pillow. It sounds like you're underwater inside of a fucking glass box, and then someone put pillows around that box, and that's what I'm listening to right now.
It's her boyfriend's name.
Oh, and it's also got a digitized sound to it.
That's what's tattooed on her face, her boyfriend's name, Destiny says. Where's the story to this? It looks like it came from a site. Oh my God, it's from the UK. Those fucking crazy white bitches and fucking and stuff.
24 hours is all it takes to get your fucking name tattooed on a bitch's face? Fuck.
What is he doing? That guy should write a book. Remember that guy from like 6-7 years ago or so, the peacock guy with the big fluffy hat and shit, and he's trying to tell losers how to pick up women?
No.
I get a girl. You don't remember that show, The Pickup Artist?
Mm-mm.
He just you got to look that up later. The Pickup Artist dressed like a major fucking douchebag. He looked like the fucking Cat in the Hat or something. He just had this outlandish fucking. He had a bunch of rings on and a fucking neckerchief and just ridiculous looking human being. And apparently girls went for it. I don't know what it was about, but he would try to teach people this skill. He would find like people like Christian or people like Pop-Tarts, you know, those kind of people. And he tried
people like Jason, you know.
Jason didn't have any problem getting any females, I think.
I just wanted to add him on.
Fuck it, we'll throw him in there. Jason's in the back of the limo with the fucking frilly fucking peacock guy, but like this guy's got him beat. I guess his name's Russell. Russell's got peacock guy fucking canned if he gets a bitch tattooing her face within 24 hours of meeting him. That goes beyond pickup artist. That goes to fucking...
We don't mean any disrespect by calling you a bitch. It's just you're a bitch. That's
Jedi right there.
This bitch got a guy's name tattooed on her face. Like, not even, like, I could see if it was, like, a little tattoo, like, behind your ear or something. Like, technically on your face.
No.
But, like, fucking all the way over here. That's
big, sweeping letters. The R in Russell starts on one side of her face, and it's the side, it's the size of the biggest, meatiest mutton chop that any man in the 1890s would have grown before he cut down a fucking tree in the fucking frontier.
Her entire cheeks are covered in just
Russ Sell. One side of her face says Russ and the other says Sell, I guess. Oh my God.
Is this guy's fetish just to, like, tattoo whole faces? Like his girlfriend is now his property or something, and that's how he marks them? Is that what's going on here? If he's done this to other people, this man must be stopped.
he did another tattoo of a 56 on another girl's face a few years back, and now
he's done it already. So like, this man must be stopped for all the stupid consumers of America. We must end him.
He's the face tattoo guy now. I'm tell you what, I'm gonna start stomping on this mixer. If I suddenly disappear, it's because I got through it.
It sounds better now.
I just picked it up and slammed it on the ground really fast. It seems to.
Is that why it sounds better? Because you beat the shit out of it?
No, it sounds the same over here. I just hope I can get that shit to stop because it's ridiculous.
Oh, man, technology. If you don't know how to fix it, kick it a few times and it'll be great. The funny part is that works a lot more than you think it would.
Yamaha. So we got a few things together in this, what's it called? Chatting thing.
She's sending another picture of the 56 face tattoo thing.
Oh, we get to see the 56 tattoo? I don't want to see it all bloody like this one, Jesus Christ. You fucking Ike Turnered her with a tattoo gun. She was happy about it. Christ.
She's gonna look like a cheetah when she's in her 70s or 80s, just like a really wrinkly cheetah.
Oh, I'm going through all this stuff about Nut Son. So, you know. So why didn't your friend share my entire post? Probably because I'm 100% right about his bitch ass. What did he say about me? What did he allege about my character?
I don't know.
I deleted that one post to be a smart ass. You're a bitch because you don't get a fucking plane ticket to California just to settle some stupid, meaningless fucking internet exchange. That means nothing to you.
This has nothing to do with anything, but do you have a voice that your mind uses, like, when you think? Do you have a different voice from the one you speak in? You know, like, the voice in your head, if you want to say that.
No, I think it's usually my own stupid voice.
Like, I don't know. I don't seem to have, like, a voice that reads things. It's kind of just, like, raw info, and I just kind of understand it. There's no voice in there. It's just kind of me talking to myself.
Well, there's that one picture that has a picture of Morgan Freeman, and it says some shit, and then it says, "Oh, you just read this in a Morgan Freeman voice." Like, I didn't read it in a Morgan Freeman voice.
Yeah, I don't have a voice that I read things in, you know?
I didn't do that. Like,
yeah.
They say that's bad for you. There's certain things when you're reading that you shouldn't do, and certain of them cause the other ones, and that's sub-vocalization. They say you should try to get past that. You should try to make it so your mind is not talking while you're reading. You should just absorb the language through the
Oh shit,
symbology.
Am I at that level already? That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Well, it might, if you're doing it when you're not good at it, it'll lead to regression, which is when you have to when you get done reading a paragraph and you're like, what the fuck did I just read? And you have to go back to the beginning and read the same fucking paragraph a second time.
That I do have as well.
Yeah. Because, you might need to sub-vocalize, even though that's technically a bad thing to do or whatever. You never got one of those speed reading courses where they flash the letters in front of your face real fast?
No, I can read pretty quickly. It's just retaining information quickly. That's a problem.
You should just steal it off the internet. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I do with everything else.
There's a speed I think it's called IQ or something like that. And it flashes letters at you faster, just a little bit faster than your brain is accustomed to absorbing them at, a little higher rate of speed. It's just outside of your threshold. And when you adjust to that, you raise it up again, and supposedly makes you really fast at reading, like 400 words per minute or whatever. I didn't get that fast, but it definitely changed the way I read a little bit.
I don't know, it was just someone was mentioning, like, oh yeah, well, is there a voice different in your head? Like, I never thought about that. Like, there is no voice in my head. I've never experienced that in my life, even though most people say that they have. Like, I don't have a head voice. Well,
when's the last time you read a book, like a novel?
No, I don't remember. It's been a while.
You remember the last book you read all the way through? You don't do it with the characters. You don't like make up shit.
No.
My brain does do that. Like, once a setting is described, I'll have a mental picture for it. And even if they go back to that setting later in the book, they don't have to describe it again. I still picture it as the same way. And I've heard of people having the experience of when they go to see a movie that's made from a book, it's translated really well from the book, and it's like, oh, it's so cool. I've never had that experience.
Yeah. Because what are the chances that what someone else thinks or sees and what you see is the same? You know how astronomically bad those odds are?
But some people do sync up like that.
Yeah, some people, but what are the odds that that's going to happen? Especially if you're an oddball and you see things in, like, different ways. What are the chances that there's going to be every person on, well, nobody's going to see it different.
Some people have a theory that when you're being creative, you're not exactly like making the stuff out of nothing. Whatever you're making is already in the air, and you're channeling it, and you're tuning it and recording it. You know what I mean? It's flowing through you instead of out of you, out of something in the ether or whatever. It's just this creative energy that just happens to exist independently of us. And it's interesting to think of it in those terms.
Then couldn't you say that nobody should have any type of recognition for anything they do because it's not really theirs, it's just some other thing that they're channeling?
Well, a lot of people that do make something feel that way. A lot of people who write a hit song or fucking write a really funny joke, they'll say, like, I don't feel like I should be able to take credit for it existing because it just came to me just so perfectly that it's almost like it was given to me. And a lot of songwriters will use that metaphor to describe their creativeness or whatever. Like, it's...
I don't know. I just think it would be too easy to take that and, like, on a slippery slope, you could just say that, well, nobody should get any recognition for anything that they do.
Well, obviously,
it's not them.
We're nowhere near being able to prove something like that. Like ideas in the ether and stuff. Like we're light years behind that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a null point. It's just something interesting to think about. And I don't think it would necessarily discredit people who are creative because maybe they'll just regard the skill as not creating the thing out of nothing, but like how good you are at channeling this energy. Because even if that was the logic today, you could look around and say there's a lot of people that happen to be exceptional at being able to, grab this stuff out of the universe and fucking turn it into reality with their brains.
What I imagine is a puppet, and like even if that puppet, like even if you're not good at art, that's better than someone else making you be good at it or something else. You know what I mean? Like I would take more pride in not being able to do it as myself, by myself, than, oh, well, I happen to be able to do it because of some other person's talent or whatever. It just kind of makes me a puppet in the big scale of things.
Because of some other person's talent? Like, what do you mean?
Well, not person, idea, of whatever we're talking about here. But if I don't naturally have that talent and something else gives it to me, then that's not, I don't know, it just makes you're like a meat sack now. You're not doing anything.
While it's happening to you, because I can kind of identify with the feeling, because I feel that way sometimes. Some melodies that I'll lay down, I'll hear them from somewhere before, and it's almost like it's not me trying to make something, it's me trying to recreate something that I got from somewhere else. And I don't feel any less like I'm the instrument, you know what I mean? It doesn't take away from that kind of, you're the composer with control over it, because when it comes down to it, it's your decision. I mean, you can decide to deviate if you want to, just out of sheer will. You could like take one note and move it and change the whole character or whatever. It's still, you're the one responsible for the output. You know what I mean? If you weren't there, it wouldn't be there. So I think there's value in that, at least, even if it is proven to have come from some other plane of existence or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Podcast. Getting all philosophical and shit up in here, dog.
I was getting ready to ask Destiny if that's how she feels when she's painting. I mean, the beginning, like, of a creative process tends to be the most clunky part of it. But after you get some momentum going, you start to feel the channeling kind of feeling. You're just locked into this kind of thing where it's like flowy and stuff like that. I don't know. It's fucking hard to explain unless you
I don't
play an instrument or something like that.
see. I don't know if I necessarily have that because like I've tried to do things like that before, and it's just like that spark that other people seem to have with that type. I don't have it. I don't have the creative side of things. I don't know. I just never slip into it.
What do you think that's inside of you that gave you the desire to even try, though? Like, where do you think that came from in yourself or whatever?
Just being naively curious, and then just finding out, yeah, well, this isn't really for me.
There's so many things you could be naively curious about. That's a blanket. There's tons and tons of things you could be naively curious about, but you picked that one for some reason. I've heard you say that before, too. You bring it up, like, quite often, actually, how you don't create anything. It seems like you want to be able to.
I do. It's just that I don't know how to... I never seem to be able to get into that type of... It's hard to explain.
Well, right now you're creating a podcast. Otherwise it'd just be me sitting here talking to Destiny with text because she doesn't like to be on voice. So it'd be very one-sided. But like
we should get Destiny as a guest one time.
We're generating something right now. We're creating content. Like this is a thing that didn't exist before. Now we're making it. And I think everybody that drive in people is part of like being a person, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to fucking use your brain to make something that wasn't real before, like actually here now. Like, that's a trip.
Oh, we're the only animal on this earth that's capable of logically thinking about things. That's amazing just to think about that we have the ability to put things together. Other animals don't have that. Like, they make simple tools, like with rocks, but they don't fucking modify their environment or think about, oh, well, how do I feel right now? You know, that animals don't do that. We're the only thing that does that.
Well, they modify their environment sometimes, like you were talking about with the beaver and everything like that, but, like, they...
Not as well.
We have, like, a more of a will kind of thing going on. We can decide to do it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's not...
We don't
mechanical.
have necessities anymore. It's just kind of what we want. It's not, oh, well, if we don't do this, we'll die. No, we've got past all that shit. Now we can worry about, well, I'm bored. What's there to do? Other animals don't have that. They don't just sit around and think about shit. Like, no, we can sit there and think about, well, maybe I can make a vehicle that goes 23,000 miles per hour and zooms through space. Like, no other fucking animal is going to come even close to shit like that.
You keep thinking, maybe I can get some more out of my surroundings. Maybe I can make something easier. Maybe I can make something more enjoyable somehow. And then you get all this fucking industrial revolution shit, which we technically really don't need most of. I mean, the medicine is great and everything like that, but all the buildings and factories and fucking little toy China things and all the junk and clutter that's everywhere, we don't fucking need that shit. We could be just chilling in moccasins in fucking tents or something right now. We'd probably be happier. But I don't know. I guess it can backfire. We're the rudimentary version of an animal that affects its surroundings through its own will, I guess.
And then they feel bad about it later.
Yeah, we have guilt. We have human guilt. Like, oh, people are so fucking evil. People shouldn't be here, like fucking humans and stuff like that. Like when I hear of people like eating babies in Cambodia and stuff, like slicing open a baby and grilling it, I have thoughts sometimes like, man, maybe humans just shouldn't be around. You know what I mean?
Do you think a frog is just going to be like, yeah, I don't like my species? No, it's a frog. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's not going to go with it. Frogs are bad. We are fucking everything up with our frogness.
But I mean, like, when you hear people talk about, oh, well, humans are making all these animals go extinct and they're going like 25 species per day. Like, dude, do you know how many animal species have gone extinct in the history of the world?
Or how many animal species we don't even know about yet.
Do you think that we're really causing some fucking mass extinction here? You're an idiot if you think that. There's no fucking mass extinction of all animals on the planet because of some fucking smog in the air.
Well, the
planet is good at dealing. Even if there's a few more species that we kill off a year, That's nature doing it. We're part of nature. We're killing them off. They didn't survive well enough. Nature says, fuck you, get out. It doesn't care.
You're a naturalist or a humanist or whatever. Like, I forget.
I don't know what I am.
You're something that I have to Google. I don't know what you are, but you fall under one of those categories or whatever. It just considers people are what naturally happened. So even if we make some plastic shit and dump it in the ocean, that's what naturally happened because people are supposed to. The only tricky part with that is that no one really understands or knows where people came from to be able to say, like, oh, we're part of the natural progression of things.
We are. We came from nature. We live in nature. We're part of nature.
We have a common ancestor with fucking apes that we don't even know what it is. Like, there's parts... Like, we can explain the evolutionary branches of a lot of things, and people just aren't.
We share DNA with every species on the planet. We are definitely part of nature. There's no denying that humans are natural.
You could say that all life does that, you know? That's a qualification of being alive, not technically being natural life. Because, I don't know, you could split a lot of hairs with that kind of thing. Because is Dolly the sheep, was that a natural thing? It was a sheep?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Made it. It's natural. There's nothing in the universe that we know of that's not natural.
But who made us? Are we a result of some kind of tampering? That's a cornerstone in that whole kind of ideology that we're natural and everything like that. Sure, if we sprang up like everything else did on this planet, which we don't even know what that is. We don't even know where that came from.
Show me one thing in this entire universe that is not natural. Anything, no matter what, anything that's not natural, nobody can ever show you that one thing because it doesn't exist.
The shape of Corey Knutson's head.
Okay, that might not be natural.
That is not fucking natural. It's like a beach
There might have been a ball peen haber in there somewhere that might have helped that shape up.
It's like a beach ball with some fucking hair just crowded around the bottom of it. It's probably what Roseanne Barr's pelvis looks like. She fucking pulls down her undies.
Hey, motherfucker, you wanted to message me about this shit. I will talk shit about you all you want. You got me involved.
Yeah, hamburglar looking bitch. Don't get mad. Don't get all mad that I called you a hamburglar looking bitch just now. It's not that big a deal. Somebody random just called you a bitch. So what?
We don't mean it. Do you want a hug? We'll give you a hug, and then we'll give you a blowjob afterwards.
Yeah, because we're nice, sloppy one. I'll get the balls, he'll get the shaft. We'll alternate.
The world is just a big happy place, and nobody dislikes you, and there's no animosity, and everyone agrees with everything you say, and you're a fucking faggot.
Oh, boy. A fucking faggot that looks like a robble.
Well, that goes for most of the population. You're all faggots. Fuck you, except the ones listening right now. You might be faggots, but yeah.
Hey, if you're faggots, that's okay. It's just some random people on the internet saying you're faggots. I mean, how hard is that to process? Really. If you look like the Hamburglar and you fuck with somebody, they're going to point that out.
What are you doing, a Mr. Nelson voice or something?
Just go about your day. That's all you have to do. I don't know what voice I'm doing.
Mr. Rogers. Hi there, kids. Would you like to play with the choo-choo trains today?
Would you like to steal Ronald McDonald's booty? Booty, I mean, as in load. Oh shit! You wanna fuck Ronald McDonald in his asshole? I bet you do.
Would there be
ravel, you fucking faggot?
Would there be lipstick on his asshole? Because those are his lips too, and he is a clown. I'm assuming he'd be fully suited up. You know. What if you like? That'd be a perfect gag. He was
part of a train where everyone was wearing lipstick. So he has lipstick on his asshole, and he also has lipstick on his lips that he applied to someone else's asshole.
That would be
a recurring cycle that goes all the way across California. It's a form of group therapy for their pansy fucking asses.
Dude, we should hire a clown to just go to some party, and he'll just go up to people and say, "Give me a kiss," and pull down his pants, and there will be lipstick on his asshole. That would be great.
Right next to his vagina.
We should do that.
Oh, Jesus. It all comes back to the Hamburglar.
If we get rich, we're going to do stupid shit with our money. We're going to just fucking grab a cheetah and just throw it at someone. That costs $200,000, man. Like, I don't care. I'll buy 20 more.
I'm going to shake down Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to buy the rights to his profile pictures and just turn them into fucking T-shirts and posters.
That would be the perfect revenge for somebody.
Does he have photos on Instagram? Because fucking Instagram can sell your photos to the highest bidder.
I have no idea.
I could have dicks in his mouth all over a fucking V-neck tee by Thursday.
I never understood Instagram. Like, why do people like that site? That's for food. Why did people suddenly start posting their fucking stupid duck face pictures on it?
Because it makes it look like a photo from the 70s. That's all you have to do is come up with some kind of gimmick that people fall for, and they're all...
That's another thing. Why does a fucking website that takes pictures of your food have filters for it? Why do we need to filter our food? What the fuck? Does it not look sparkly enough to you?
So it looks like an actual photograph.
Why do we need an actual photograph of lettuce? We know what lettuce looks like.
You can see the greenery like they would have in the 80s.
Okay.
Rice-a-roni.
I give up. I'm gonna go and hang myself.
Navy beans, navy beans. Anyway, I think this is pretty much the conclusion.
The conclusion of the resolution.
Of the assertion of the proclamation, my brothers and sisters. Hey, Aaron, you know what? I usually do this whole thing where we just trail off. You do the entire trail off for the show, and then when we're on our way out, you ask me if I have anything to say. We're going to flip this around. Go ahead. Do it.
I fucking know you do this shit. I'm not qualified for this.
You're on the spot. Go. The music's playing.
Anyway, this is Mr. Podcast, and we like to fuck people.
Yeah.
Your people. See ya.